Hi everyone! Storm's fiercest moments. WoW Earth captured this breathtaking experience that puts you face to face with nature's unpredictable might. If you connect with the struggles and challenges people are facing, spread compassion and support. Santa Barbara Beach, California is a favorite spot for locals every Labor Day. But they had no idea a gust of wind stronger than they could imagine hit out of nowhere, changing everything in a heartbeat. This gust, triggered by a microburst, a localized downdraft, struck with ferocity. Cameraman Leonard Dia recalled, "Everyone was in shock. Some fled for shelter. In just 2 minutes, Santa Barbara morphed into a scene no one could recognize." John Edwards was cruising down Cornhusker Highway when a radio broadcast hit him like a lightning bolt. He was driving right into the storm's eye. Edwards and the others raced under the overpass, seeking shelter from the storm. He said the tornado was right there, just a short distance from them. This was a truly unforgettable experience for those seeking cover from nature's wrath. Thanks to their swift actions and steady nerves, everyone stayed safe as the tornado roared by. On June 7th, 2019, it was no longer the ideal place for people to relax, because a very unwelcome guest stormed into the cafe. It didn't order a drink, didn't pay, and still managed to walk away with one of the doors. In particular, a staff member held tightly onto the last door, preventing the strong winds from tearing it off until things calmed down. If there were an award for dedication, she would definitely be deserving of it. On a peaceful day, the wind suddenly intensified, creating massive waves. The solar panels fixed to the water's surface suddenly collapsed like a row of falling dominoes. Billions in investments were carried away by the crashing waves. The whole process unfolded within minutes, leaving engineers and project staff helpless, doing nothing but witnessing the full wrath of nature. Leaders acknowledged that disasters were inevitable, but restoring and maintaining the sustainability of renewable energy remained the top priority. Grey River's sandy shore, where the Grey River meets the Tasman Sea, stands out for its pristine beauty and rich biodiversity. However, with its unique terrain, the area often faces challenges from the forces of nature. As the storm hit, the waves surged violently, slamming against the boat, raising the risk of it overturning. The sailors, however, held firm, refusing to back down in the face of such harsh challenges. After the crashing waves, they safely made it through the storm. Staying alert and being well prepared is always the best way to handle nature's surprises. When it comes to waterfalls, Victoria or Niagara is probably what comes to mind. But here's a surprise. You can catch a stunning waterfall right at Old Trafford Stadium, a place you might never expect. The storm during the 1-0 loss to Arsenal exposed serious issues with the stadium's infrastructure. The heavy downpour led to major leaks, wholly flooding the visiting team's locker room. And the decline was not just about the leaks. From the outdated pipes to the pitch, and even the tunnel system, this was the result of 20 years without proper upgrades. The proposed renovation was expected to cost around £1 billion, while building a new stadium would run over £2,000. So what do you think? Should Manchester United renovate Old Trafford or build a new icon? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below.
Celebrating their win.
The Philippines, an archipelago of over 7,600 islands in Southeast Asia, is known for its tropical monsoon climate. Due to its location near the equator, this country frequently experiences some of nature's most intense phenomena, including savage storms. Despite the storm's impact, resilient locals remained calm, sought shelter, and captured these unforgettable moments like those in the video. While we can't control nature's power, we can equip ourselves with the skills and knowledge to stay safe in emergencies, just like these residents in the video. Water, a basic life essential, has become a scarce commodity for over 500,000 people in Dominica. The culprit was Beryl, the storm that battered the island nation this year.
San Vicente y Granadinas, estas islas del Caribe.
Richard, mira, deberían de prohibir el paso.
Its intensity also marked the second time an Atlantic hurricane reached Category 5 in July, with Hurricane Emily being the first back in 2005. Scientists say the intensification of Hurricane Beryl was fueled by unusually hot temperatures along most of the storm's path. The warming of the ocean, driven by climate change, fed the storm's energy for a relentless 10 days. June saw the unprecedented emergence of such tropical storms. And, most likely, no one wanted this exception to unfold. Intensely affected by climate change, the possibility of storms like these is becoming more inevitable. These moments capture the aftermath of the monstrous storm that hit Slovenia in August 2022. As reported by local news, the roofs of 70 houses were completely carried away. Initially forming on the island of Corsica, France, the storm brought winds that soared to an incredible 224 kilometers per hour. Then it moved across Central and Northern Europe, leaving significant damage in its wake. The heavy rainfall and dry, parched soil from the long summer led to flooding in various areas. A witness stated that, in his entire life, he had never seen such an overwhelming power of nature before. At the Sheraton Hotel, where elegant glass walls frame a breathtaking ocean view, setting the stage for unforgettable nights. But on the night of September 15th, everything changed in the blink of an eye. Super Typhoon Mangkhut barreled through with 285 km/h winds. The glass panels couldn't withstand the pressure of the forceful winds. The seawater surged in like a raging waterfall, sweeping everything in its wake. Hotel staff rushed in, guiding guests to safety and calming their nerves amidst the chaos. Typhoon Mangkhut's aftermath was estimated to have racked up $3.77 billion in damage. Baiyun District, the industrial heart of Guangzhou, is known for its bustling activity, home to over 100 large factories and a population of 19 million. Like any other day, the area was immersed in the rhythm of production and daily life. But on the afternoon of April 27th, an unforeseen event shattered this calm routine. A tornado hit, with winds reaching 20.6 meters per second, less than 3 kilometers from the city center. In an instant, over 140 factories were damaged, with debris soaring into the air, striking power lines and sparking bright flashes that lit up the evening sky. Thankfully, the surrounding residential areas remained safe. However, the China Meteorological Administration has issued a warning that heavy rains and strong winds may continue in the coming days. Therefore, residents need to stay alert and be prepared to respond. As Hurricane Milton made headlines with its powerful impact on the Gulf of Mexico, Europe's focus shifted entirely to Hurricane Kirk. The storm made its way to Spain and Portugal. What made Hurricane Kirk so unique was its transformation from a tropical storm into an extratropical one. A shift that not only allowed it to maintain the power, but also prolonged its impact to both the ocean and the land. So why did this transformation happen? The main cause was the shift in atmospheric conditions as Hurricane Kirk moved over cooler waters, losing its tropical characteristics while still retaining its fierce strength. With its vast size, Kirk sent winds roaring up to 310 miles from its core. The National Hurricane Center issued a warning about the potential for massive waves and their impacts on the U.S. East Coast, though the storm was still hundreds of miles away from North America. Matagorda, Texas captivates with its pristine sandy shores, rich wetlands, and lush mangrove forests, an ecological sanctuary. This place frequently endures the fury of powerful storms, especially during the summer months. On July 8, 2024, Hurricane Beryl tore through the region with 80-mile-per-hour winds, bringing surging waves and relentless water levels surged up to 7 feet, causing widespread power outages and leaving the area stranded in the sea of water. Millions of homes lost power as floodwaters surged over the canal between Sargent Beach and the mainland. After the storm, authorities issued 10 tornado warnings for East Texas and western Louisiana. The cruise ship from Vanuatu was now heading back home, fresh from a spectacular 8-day voyage. Everything felt calm and serene, until the night arrived. The ship rocked uncontrollably under the force of the wild winds. Passengers strived to clutch onto anything within reach. The journey quickly turned into a fierce struggle with nature as the Pacific Sunship sailed into a zone of monstrous waves, hitting the ship hard. This event occurred roughly 650 kilometers from New Zealand's coastline. Against all odds, the ship weathered the storm and returned safely. After ravaging Hainan Island, China, Super Typhoon Yagi surged onward with level 16 winds and reaching up to level 17 gusts, hurtling towards northern Vietnam. Despite traveling a staggering 450 kilometers, diminishing its might to level 13, the clash between nature and the boat was still unbalanced. What's noteworthy here is the overwhelming power of Typhoon Yagi.
Anh em ơi, khổ quá anh em ơi.
The boat overturned, leaving the onlookers in awe. Nature triumphed in this round. Thankfully, when the battle reached its peak, those aboard the vessel were evacuated to a safer haven. The superstorm slashed through Quang Ninh Province, Vietnam, causing damages close to $1,000. On August 27, 2020, Hurricane Laura, a powerful Category 4 storm, slammed into Lake Charles, Louisiana, leaving behind unparalleled devastation. Howling winds reaching 140 miles per hour smashed windows in high skyscrapers.
Not good. Time to take cover, time to take cover.
The storm knocked out power to over 290,000 homes and businesses, forcing more than 500,000 people to evacuate for their safety. Laura also made history as the 7th storm to hit the U.S. that year, a record not seen since 1916. China keeps battling with natural disasters, racking up record-breaking numbers of damage. In 2016, the historic Doksuri storm, with devastating power, caused nearly $30 billion in damages to Beijing, China. In July of the following year, another storm called Gamy struck China with a record-breaking wind speed of 227 kilometers per hour. After just 17 hours, Gamy had crossed the Taiwan Strait and headed toward the coast of Fujian. As Gamy crossed the Taiwan Strait, it became a nightmare for many ship owners, blowing tons of cargo into the sea. Even though the storm headed toward China, it truly astonished people in Taiwan. Miss Lily Chuan, 55, in Suao, northeast Taiwan, had to witness her store being blown away.
不晓得铁皮怎么砸，先拆起来。我会讲了啊，因为我加上心脏不好，现在这样子我。
When it reached Putian City, the wind speeds hit the record-breaking numbers I mentioned earlier. The images captured on the Epsilon ferry, operating on the Cherbourg-Dublin route, showed passengers in a state of panic due to the tremors causing imbalance to the ferry. Thanks to strict solutions in responding to the bad weather events and the timely support from the rescue agencies, the ferry crossed the storm and returned to the harbor safely. The most severe damages were reported in Wales, located in the western and southern parts of England, with the estimated amounts at up to $80 million. Curious about what makes a storm a real catastrophe? The Yagi storm of 2024 will show you the truth. Born from a tropical depression in the western Pacific, Yagi quickly turned into a savage tropical storm, wiping out everything in its way. If you haven't yet grasped the sheer power of this storm's winds, prepare for what's about to unfold. Metal sheets were violently ripped apart. And even containers weighing tens of thousands of tons were tossed around like feathers by the wind. But it was in the toughest moments that humanity shone brightest in the face of Mother Nature's fury. Every corner was filled with heartwarming stories of human kindness. Yagi unleashed its wrath as a superstorm, carving a trail of devastation in its wake. Bebinca is considered the most intense tropical storm to rage across Shanghai since 1949. Even through the screen, I can vividly sense its incredible power. Each turbulent gale swept in with menacing downpours, plunging everything into utter chaos. Urgent alerts called on residents to seek shelter indoors for their safety. Some people, unable to make it home, were trapped in the storm's eye. Thank goodness no one suffered injuries. No words can truly describe the immense destruction of Bebinca. The simplest way to illustrate its tempestuousness is to witness these demolished walls and the long-standing trees uprooted with ease. While filming, residents discovered that the tornado was getting closer and closer. Meanwhile, on the ground floor, water had begun to flood into the house. They tried to seal off the gaps and waited for the water to recede.
Like 4 feet down.
The powerful Hurricane Idalia ripped the roofs off several houses.
Oh my gosh! The whole roof just came off the house, Mike.
With winds reaching 100 miles per hour, it easily overturned even sturdy gas stations in seconds. In early 2024, Indonesia was struck by an unprecedented tornado, damaging buildings in Sumedang, West Java. Climatologists at BRIN, the government research body, are planning an investigation into this rare event.